If you're currently a single man, stay single. And I know that sounds crazy, but I'm gonna give you guys the best dating advice for the year. Most of you guys are out here desperate, settling for any woman that just gives you guys attention. And that's exactly why you're attracting the wrong women. And by the end of this video, you are gonna understand why staying single is actually protecting you from wasting years of your life. But look guys, I see this shit every single day. Successful men making good money, got their life together, but they're out here accepting disrespect for women who shouldn't even be in their presence. They're dating women who only want to sleep around, they don't want to have a family later on, and they're only looking at men as walking ATMs instead of leaders. And then you start to ask yourself why. And that's because men, for some reason, are scared to be alone. They think that being with any woman is better than being with no women. Bro, that mindset is destroying you, and it's going to destroy your life. Besides your dating life, it's going to destroy everything. And for that main reason, I help single professional men attract high quality women without wasting their time going to the bar, going to clubs, getting women that don't want to be with them, and they're actually just looking at them for money and shit, and they don't want to have a family, women that don't want to be feminine with guys. And guys, if you want my help, we'll build a strategy to actually help you get the women that you desire and get that dating life that you deserve. You guys can click on the link in the description, and it's going to take you to my application to apply for a free dating consultation. That way we can work on that plan. All right guys, but let's jump right to it, all right? But first, let's break down exactly why staying single might save your entire future. Now guys, let me tell you what I see every day. Business owners, doctors, lawyers, cops, firemen, nurses, whatever the hell it is. These guys are accepting behavior from women who their grandfathers would look back and just laugh and probably pass out because they'd be like, what the hell? Because back in the day, they didn't deal with that. Back in the day, for some reason, everything was more traditional, everything was a little bit better, right? I'm gonna give you guys an example. So I know this guy who I used to work with was a cop, and this guy was dating a woman who was still talking to her exes. She was going out to clubs without him, she was going out every weekend, and sometimes she didn't even tell him when she was going out. And then when he confronted her about it and started to ask her, she started to get mad at him. Why are you asking me? Why are you being so controlling? I'm an independent woman, I can do this. I don't understand why I gotta tell you where I'm going all the time. And guess what happened? This idiot stayed with her for like, I believe it's almost 2 years. Yeah, he stayed for her almost 2 years. And 2 years of disrespect because he was scared to be alone. I just thought maybe he was being plain dumb, he just didn't have dating experience, and he had a little bit of it, but at the same time, it was because he just didn't want to be alone, and he thought he wasn't gonna be with another woman that is a woman that he can choose and be with. And here's the problem, when you're like that and you're desperate, you're not choosing, bro. Any option that you get right in front of you, just because a girl has a pretty face, you're gonna end up with them. And that is where you're going to fail. Your life is gonna go down the drain. You'll start to accept women who don't wanna cook, don't wanna have a family, they don't want to look at you as like a leader. They don't want that. And women who think that being feminine is outdated and shit. And if you date those type of women, they are only going to see you as a backup plan while they're entertaining other men. And this is the problem I see, where most guys are making close to 6 figures or making 6 figures already, making good money, and their wife or their girlfriend doesn't even wanna make them a fucking sandwich. That's not a relationship, bro. That is you being used. I understand that you want to provide for your woman and everything, but if your woman isn't doing her part at least, she's probably not even working, and all she wants to do is just sit around at home, probably on her phone, swiping on fucking Tinder and shit, while you're out there working, making money, trying to take care of her. She can't even make you a fucking sandwich. I don't want you guys to be settling for these type of women. And the reason why this is happening is because you think being with just anyone is better than just being with no one. Now, let me keep it real with you guys about the dating apps, the club scenes and everything. I don't want you guys to be meeting these women at clubs. And if you're on dating apps, sure, use it at a minimum, use the dating apps, but I'm gonna tell you something. You most likely will not meet a wifey material from Tinder or Hinge or even Chispa, whatever dating app that you guys use. Most likely you will not. It's really rare that you will find a woman that's gonna be your wife or that has wifey material from those websites. And if you're not smart enough, you're gonna end up dating these women that only seek validation, that want you for free meals, and they wanna get attention from multiple guys. Because if that girl's on a dating app, the minute she swipes right on one guy, it's a match. Any guy she's gonna swipe right to is gonna be a match. Why? Because for some reason, all the guys do this, and I used to do this myself. You will swipe right on every girl and see which one you're gonna land. But that's not the correct way to do it, right? We'll get that in a different topic, a different video about dating apps. But the type of women that are on these sites, most of the time, they're only seeking validation and they don't want anything serious. So then there was this other guy that I knew, right? So in the past year, he got about, I think maybe close to 30 dates with women. And he's like, bro, I'm going out with all these women. I'm going out on dinner dates, which he messed up already because the one thing I say, don't take women on dinner dates on the first date, right? But he was taking these girls on dinner dates. He probably slept with maybe like 2 of them or something. And he was telling me like, oh yeah, I got all these dates. He felt like the G. And I told him, bro, you feel like the G, and what do you think? And he almost fell in love with one of the girls. And I told him, bro, you don't want to do that because number one, if you're spending all this money on dates and everything, there was no sort of attraction. She's not asking you about what you want in your future, or you're not asking her these things and it's very vague. Well, let's say you might end up liking this girl just because she's cute, and then you get into a relationship with her, then what? You're gonna mess up your life because now you feel like, oh, I'm gonna be with this girl and I have to be with this girl. And the problem is, yeah, you get on dates, you get the experience, but some guys don't do it just for the experience. They think that the girls that they meet are the girls that they should be with and end up with. No, it's not that. You guys should go on dating apps to meet women, but don't fall in love with these women. Maybe let's say you don't get on a lot of dates and you get only 2 dates, and then one girl actually pays attention to you and you stay with that girl because she's the only girl that actually focused on you. That is where you're gonna mess up. You might as well just stay single and just keep dating women to learn and gain experience, because you think that, oh, if I don't get with this girl, then I might be single forever. I might be lonely and I don't want to be lonely. No, instead, you're gonna use the women that you meet on dating apps. You could probably go out with them here and there. Don't spend your money on them, right? Because most of the time they're not looking for anything serious. You want to go get laid and whatever with them, go ahead, bro. That's fine. But don't settle for those type of women for a relationship. It's not worth it. Use them just to build your experience so you can see exactly how women act to see if they're actually serious about you. Because you don't want to be with a woman. I mean, me personally, I don't like to sleep with a woman that's been with a lot of men. I don't at the same time, because it's fucking disgusting and I don't like that shit. My thing to you is, if you want to attract women who are high quality, who still look at you as they want you to be their leader, who have future plans with you, who thinks about having kids, who wants to be a mother, who wants to be a wife, maybe they do want to work a job or they want to have a career, but at the same time, they still have that feeling in them where like, hey, I still want to be a wife and I still want to be a mother and I want to be next to my man and help him out. That is the type of woman you should be attracting. You're not going to find those women at bars, clubs. Most of the time you won't, and you won't meet them on dating apps, because it's really rare that a guy on a dating app meets his wife. And at the end of the day, he'll meet a girl on the dating app and then later on he's the fucking divorced because he felt like he was lonely and that was the only way he could get out of his comfort zone and actually text the girl instead of actually approaching women. And what sucks about it too is that most guys don't even know what they want. And here's a question that's going to expose most of you guys. What do you really look for in a woman? And I don't want you guys to give me the basic shit like, oh, she has to be loyal, she has to look pretty. I mean, specifically, what type of woman do you want to be with? What is that woman that you are looking for that you want to be your wife? You got to nail it down. How many kids do you want? How is she going to be with your kids? Do you want her to have a job? Do you want her to stay home? Does she know how to cook? Does she respect traditional methods? Is she willing to let you lead? Does she understand that your job is to provide and for her to support you? And the thing is, most guys never realize that. They never ask themselves that question because they're so fond on, oh, let me just get with this girl, she's pretty. And then next thing you know, these guys fall in love with this chick that's pretty and doesn't have the values that they were actually looking for, because all they thought was, okay, she's pretty, I'm gonna stay with her because if I don't, then I might never find a woman, I'm gonna be alone for the rest of my life. No, you have to ask yourself these questions. That way you can actually narrow it down and start to date women who are worth your time. Like imagine this, you start to date a woman, right? I mean, you probably met like 3 girls and then one girl actually paid attention to you. She probably liked you, maybe a little bit or whatever. And you start to go out with her and then you start to realize that it's already been 8 months and you're not messing with any other girls, which is something I tell you guys don't. You guys have to be dating more women when you're on the beginning stages of dating. You have to be dating more women at the same time. And I'm not saying that all your time should be focused on all of them 100%. No, but you should be dating women in the beginning to find out exactly what you want and who to narrow down your options. You have to have options, because if you don't, you're going to settle with a woman who is not worth your time and someone who is not for you. Just because she seems like a good person, she may be loyal, whatever, that woman may not be for you because you want something else. There are some guys who don't want traditional woman, a high quality woman. They want a woman that they can split 50-50. If that's the type of woman that you want, hey man, go ahead, go for it. But if you're a guy that actually wants to narrow down his options and see exactly what he wants, you need to be dating more women. Because now, if you were to date that woman for 8 months and you start to find out that, damn, this chick doesn't want to have a family later on. I'm a type of guy that I do want to have a family. Why am I even wasting my time and money and energy on a woman who's not worth it? And most guys are going to say, hey, just stay and just use her for entertainment purposes and, you know, mess around with her. Sure, but why would you do that if the woman is someone you don't even want to really build with, or like someone that you don't even want to be with? Like, you might as well go find another chick later on and start to date her and then see another girl and date her too at the same time and start to narrow it. I don't like this girl too much, I'm gonna stay with this one. And take it slow. That's it. You take it very slow. And when you find a woman that you feel like, hey, like this is the girl that might be for me, you need to ask yourself all the questions that you asked yourself before. And I want you guys to write this down on like a book or something and put there, what type of woman do I want? What type of qualities am I looking for? What future plans am I I looking for? And then you start narrowing it down. You know, you don't really ask her all this on the first date, but when you take your time and start to see exactly how she is, and one of those questions, like she doesn't check it off and it's not what you want, don't even waste your time. You're gonna waste your time and energy and money on women who you shouldn't be settling with. And another reason why you should stay single is because you need to build yourself into the person that is worth choosing. And what does that mean? And this is the type of shit that most guys don't want to hear. Women have options. There are a lot of guys that are going to be chasing for that one woman that you are looking for. The woman that is high quality, a woman that hasn't had a lot of partners in the past, a woman who wants to cook, a woman who wants to take care of her man. There's going to be a lot of guys in line trying to get with her. And how do you separate yourself? And the good thing is that you already have one thing, right? You probably have a job, you're making decent money, you're doing good for yourself. So you have the money to spend to go on a date, right? Or to work on yourself, because that is what's most important. So how do you separate yourself from those guys? And I'm gonna break that shit down for you. Number one, confidence. Not arrogance, but the kind of quiet strength that's worth knowing your worth. This comes from building something meaningful and showing that you're not scared to be alone. Because the moment you show that you're scared to be alone, a woman can sense that and she feels like she shouldn't be with you. Because you start to look desperate, and women can smell desperation from a mile away. You need to show that you don't need to be with her. You need to have that confidence to show that. You need to show it like your shit don't stink. Yeah, like I said, don't be an asshole, but you need to walk around like your shit don't stink and you don't need a woman in your life. You would like to have a woman, but only if she fulfills what you want. Only if she checks off the boxes on what you want. And another thing that women want is leadership. A woman wants a man that can lead. These high quality women want a guy who they can be behind and be like, my man can make decisions. He's a leader. He's not scared. And they know what they want in life. Women like this don't want to date boys who's going to be saying, what do you want to do? Oh, should I do this? Should I do that? No, you need to show her that you can make the decision on your own, because now you're going to see she's going to respect you for that. She'll be like, wow, my man is a leader. And another thing that you have to show is boundaries. And what do I mean by boundaries? You need to know when to walk away when being disrespected. If a woman gets a little bit out of line, you need to check her completely and let her know that, hey, I'm out. That way she sees that, damn, I have to respect this man. A woman that respects her man loves her man. And the other one is physical presence. Now, I'm not saying you guys have to be the most jacked motherfucker out there that has abs, muscles everywhere, juiced up. No, you don't want to look sloppy. Okay, look at me. I'm not the biggest guy, but I do take care of myself. I take care of my skin, which is something you guys have to do as well. Grooming, working out, outfits, looking good, cleaning up, everything that you have to do has to be number one, because a woman won't even look your way if you don't look attractive. You guys ever hear that quote that says, don't judge a book by its cover? I'm gonna tell you something. I think that quote is stupid. The reason I say this is because people are already judging you the minute you walk. So how do you carry yourself? How do you look? People are gonna say, I don't care how people think about me. Yeah, and I get that, but you need to look presentable. If you want to attract women who are high quality, they want to be with a guy who knows how to take care of himself, who knows how to look good, has good outfits, cleans his face, trims his beard. Little things like that, guys, I am telling you, they're gonna look at you and be like, wow, you already stand out from the other guys who probably have money. They probably have money, they got good careers, but they look like shit. But you have the money, you look better, you have the confidence, you have all that. And so these little skills are gonna help you out. And the last one, guys, is super, super, super important, and it's gonna be purpose. You need to have purpose in your life. When a woman sees that you have the purpose, you have the drive to do something with your life, she is gonna want you. Women wanna be with busy men. I can tell you, like, there are so many women that will approach me and be like, wow, like, this guy's busy. He's got a job, he's got a business, he's got this, he's got that. And that shows that I am working towards my future. When a woman sees that a guy, and I'm talking about high quality women, I'm not talking about these little ass girls that only want you to go to the club, drink and smoke and fuck around. No, I'm talking about women who actually are gonna appreciate your time and look at you for more things. They're gonna look for purpose, a drive that you have. This is the most attractive thing that you can have as a man. When you show a woman that you have purpose, number one, it shows that you're not needy. Number two, it shows that you care about your life. And number three, it shows that you don't need anyone in your life. And it's gonna show her that you're not desperate, and that is what she wants. And here's the bottom line, guys. Stay single. Don't jump into meaningless relationships until you build yourself to attract the high quality women that you want. Use this time to see exactly what you want in a woman and what you need to do to build yourself to get that woman. A strong man who knows his worth and rather be alone than be desperate and just be with any woman is far more attractive, bro. I'm telling you, that is going to raise your attractiveness from here to here. And the women are gonna start coming to you, bro. I'm telling you. And guys, I hope on what I said in this video actually helped you guys out and gave you a better vision, make you clear and understand exactly what it is that you're looking for, because that is the number one thing you should be doing. But you start to tell yourself, hey, Mike, I have the vision, I know what I want, but now how do I do it? And I know I explained a little bit briefly in this video, but if you still need someone to walk you through that, I want you guys to click the link in the description. And in that link, you're going to apply for a dating consultation where we will walk through your customized plan and build a strategy to be able to attract the high quality women that you want and how to do it. Thank you guys for watching. watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.